Provo Beast here doing another install today. Today we are working on this 2004 F-350 Super Duty. Within this truck we're going to be replacing this factory radio. It's a doubled in screen size. We're going to be removing this. We'll show you how to wire up the new radio, show you the parts that you'll need, and reinstallation. Now with this truck specifically, as you notice, it has these factory security holes, which you'll need tools to remove. Now I can go ahead and post in the comments what tools these are, but basically they're radio removal tools commonly found with Ford and Lincoln. So we're going to use these tools. We're going to remove the factory radio, get the new radio all wired up, and get this new radio installed. Alright, so when you put these tools in, you'll push them in far enough where you'll hear a click. Then what you'll do is you'll push outwards on both sides and pull the radio out towards yourself. Now on the side here, kind of see the clip that you'll be releasing. Once you pull this out, disconnect the main harness and the antenna. Alright, from this point you'll have the radio harness and the antenna. And what we're going to do is wire up our harness adapter, get our new radio all plumbed up, and prepare to get this all installed. Alright, so typically here are the parts that you'll need. Now these are the keys that we're talking about, removing the factory radio. They are 86-5618 Metra factory removal keys. We get our wiring harness, Metra 70-1771. Dash kit, Metra 95-5817 doubled in kit. We're using this Pioneer AVH 290 BT. Go ahead and check out this unboxing. I'll get that posted here on the channel shortly as well. Now of course you'll need a good crimper, a wire stripper, and some crimp caps, and we'll get started. At this point we have the harness from our radio, our harness adapter for the Ford, as well as a crimper, a wire stripper, and what we're going to be using are some butt connectors. Now that's going to, basically by matching colors up with wiring, we're going to connect those wires together and get them a nice grip so they are insulated. Alright, so what I've done is stripped both ends, and using a crimper, I've crimped both sides. You can pick these butt connectors up at really any auto parts store or even Walmart. Matched all the colors up, there's no surprises there, and then there may have a couple extra wires. This one here is system control out, or the remote turn on wire in case you have external amplifiers. We don't here in this situation, so we have that capped. This short purple one is our backup camera. We'll actually be doing a backup camera on this truck. Go ahead and check that video out once that's up as well. I'll have a link in the description in case you want to watch that. And then lastly here, this wire is in the event, and usually it's longer, I just shorten it a bit so you can have a better visual, but it's your parking brake wire. So if you want to watch DVDs, either you have to attach this to the ground on the parking brake or get a bypass, and you can pick those up. Those micro bypasses on Amazon or eBay, pretty cheap. So really that's all you'll have to do. This end goes into the binder. This end plugs into that factory harness that we unplugged from our factory radio. At this point we'll finish cleaning up our wiring. As you can see, I've put on a zip tie. We're going to get the dash kit put on our new radio and go from that point. Alright, so we got the dash kit on. Simple kit. Both sides, just go ahead and follow the instructions that came with the kit and you should be good to go. Okay, here we are inside of the truck. Now, when you pull out the factory radio, there's a lip that goes around the entire inside here. What you'll need to do, and this is where some people like to put single DINs only, is you have to modify your dash here slightly. What I've done here is just used a file and trimmed that so it's flush. And same with the top here, you have to trim it so it's flush. There's two bolts that you have to take out as well, and that provides plenty of clearance for the radio just to barely squeeze into this pocket. It'll be a snug fit. So just FYI, in this build you'll have to do that just here slightly. Just know once you do modify this, you probably won't be able to get the factory one to stay in any longer. So okay, so what we're going to do is got our wiring harness, got our antenna, we got our wiring harness adapter. Let me grab that here. That's going to plug right into there. our adapter for our antenna. It's going to plug directly into the radio. Now before we put the radio in, we're going to run a Bluetooth mic, which this came with. We're going to put it up here on the A-pillar and run the cabling down, up underneath, up into the stereo cavity, just so this is in a great location. They can, basically the mic picks up a voice very well. It's not in the way of the sun visor, and looks like a pretty clean install. Here we are with the Bluetooth mic. I just clipped that right on there. And pulling the weather stripping down, you can run the wire down this crack, and we're going to follow this all the way down. Now this under dash panel comes off. There's 4 flathead screws that pop out. They're spring loaded, which gives you plenty of access to run wiring all the way through up to the stereo cavity. All right, I run the cable just up underneath here, up through, and reach through and pull it out right at this point. All right, at this point, we got our Bluetooth mic run. We have our USB extension, which came with our radio. We have our antenna adapter, and then we're gonna go ahead and plug in our adapter here. There it goes, just like that. Now this will plug into our new radio. We're gonna get everything else plugged in and get the radio in and do a little test for you. All right, I got the radio back in. At this point, let's do a little test for you. Okay, there's our boot up screen. Cool, good to go. If you have any questions about this radio install, just go ahead and post a comment below. Thanks guys for watching the channel, and we'll certainly see you in the next video.